Lyka's greatest qualities are that she's very loud. She's very outgoing. She just gives and gives and gives and doesn't really expect anything in return. And she's very driven. Some things are just like super clear to her that she has to do. For some, it may be like a harder task, but for her, it's just obvious to do.
I find Angela very smart. She's very organized, and I like that about her. Because me, I'm not like her. I'm more of like spontaneous person, and I find it like it's a nice combination. I was born in the Philippines. Growing up, I find like everything is harder back there. Like I have to do chores, household chores, and like schools are much harder.
Yeah.
And just taking responsibilities at a very young age. I am considered as a Filipina. I speak the language and I am raised there, so I can completely have the culture and the language, everything. But I guess like how I look, being part black, my hair, Asian people usually have a black straight hair and I have a kind of curly hair. Maybe that's why I kind of look a bit different.
But it's also like, because in the Philippines, you have so many different looks.
Yeah.
Like you can sometimes like, okay, she looks or he looks like Filipino, but also are like native, also had afro. So it's a weird thing that you're pushed to the side because you were different. I'm not considered Filipina in the Philippines. I don't think so, because usually people get shocked that I understand the language. I understand it, but I don't speak it.
Some people can find me like, I look Hawaiian or I look like Latina or something.
Yeah. I don't get angry at the person asking or like assuming. It's more of like, okay, but what do I identify as? Also like, okay, but what do you want to get out of it?
Yeah.
I get a little, like my claws get a little bit more out, but it doesn't have to be like that. It could be a very like, they're just curious. Sometimes I'm not Swedish enough and sometimes I'm not like Filipino enough, but then it's like I'm both. And it's just a plus. I think we have a lot in common, but we're very different.
To approach stuff.
Yeah, and I think it's like beyond like being Filipino. It's just like more of a person thing. Filipinos are very hardworking and usually like very talented at a lot of things.
Very creative people.
Yeah, very creative people and very loving. When you go to the Philippines, like there's not one that would like turn your back on you. Like if you ask something,
They're very warm.
Yeah, they're very warm. Like, come to my house, we'll cook this for you, and don't really expect anything in return. Now, today, I'm very proud of being Filipina. Like Bretman Ross. He was like, I've seen myself in TV all the time, because he's like, if you don't see yourself, just change the channel. And when he said that, I was like, yeah, that's true. That's pretty true. There's a lot of like Filipino channels that you can watch.
There's a lot of Filipino celebrities in Hollywood as well.
Yeah, right now.
And that makes me proud, like seeing Filipino on TV, and then I can just like, oh, that's me too.
Yeah.
Advice that I can give my younger self is it's okay to struggle, and it's okay not to be okay. Everything will work if you just trust yourself. Like you can do anything if you just put yourself into it.
I would say, like, don't follow too many rules. Because a lot of things, like, where people have gotten, they have never followed every rule. Try to not be so structured and thinking that if I'm in the box, that now it will be perfect, now it will work out. I think when you go out of it, then it will work out.